Good morning, welcome back to Marty's Tying Bench. This morning I'm tying Takahashi's Go2 Prince. This is Rick Takahashi's pattern that makes for a very effective fly and lets you avoid the evil biots that prove so annoying in tying the regular prints. This is a size 14, Dai Riki 060. Rick ties it on a TMC 9300. The bead is 764 scold, and I am going to tie some soft hackle, or use the soft hackle to get my tailing material. What I'm going to do is separate a bundle off the side of the stem, get those even and pinch them together, and then peel against the grain to get them separated from the stem. Yeah, that's a typical tail length, but for this pattern, Rick suggests tying it with a little shorter tail. Shorter than the hook shank. There we go. Now the ribbing material is holographic tinsel, small. And just to save a little time, I'm going to just tie that right in there with one turn and go straight to my peacock and get a good plush body with just two strands. Tie them in from the tip ends and get rid of that very tip because that's going to be the brittle part. Well, I'm going to lay that in so that it's the length of the hook shaft and advance my thread forward past the halfway point. See if I can get that tinsel out of the way. And then just proceed forward with nice even turns. I'm going to bring the rib forward, and since I used like about 8 turns of peacock, and I'm only going to use 3 turns of flash rib, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it the normal direction. Rick recommends counter wrapping it. Suit yourself. I'm taking the easy way, he's taking the logical way. That's a good, counter wrapping is good. Now for hackle, I've got some brown saddle. And I'm going to tie that in and move my thread so that it hinges pretty much in the middle of the fly, maybe just a tiny bit forward. 2 or 3 turns. There we go. Now we're ready for some winging material that are not biots. I've got some poly yarn, white. You can use any kind of poly yarn, widow's web, gator hair. This is a wapsi carded stuff. And what you're going to do is you're going to cut all of those off even so that you can tie them in and pull them back until they're behind the bead. And once you get the bead centered and get some dubbing up here, all of those little stubs will disappear. I'm going to trim this so that it's just about the body length, maybe just a tiny bit more. And for dubbing, Rick's pattern calls for Ice Dub Peacock. I'm going to use Ice Dub Peacock Eye. It's a bright green that just really stands out. I kind of like it. And I want these first turns to slide down right behind the bead to get that thing centered and get it secure. I make my second to last turn right through the middle of that dubbing and then move behind the bead. I see that stray. I'll take care of it in a minute. And just whip finish behind the bead. Good to go, but you can always clean it up if you see a few strays and it matters to you. So there you go. THORAX Go2 Prince.